This is the podcast that rocks, weekly podcast that talks about news in the world of rock, metal, alternative, and everything in between. My name is Luke.
My name is Alex.
And my name is Rowan.
Thank you so much for your patience. We were working out a few things, just making sure on the back end it was fine. Hope you all are doing well on this Tuesday evening, or whatever time of day it is you're listening live. Thank you to everyone on YouTube so far. If we hit 53 likes, we will play Festival Rock or Flop, where we book a random festival. And guess what? I updated the photos in the folder that we play Festival Rock or Flop. I added some good ones, some bad ones, one qualifier one, which actually changes things up a bit, and one that is so bad it might actually cancel a whole festival.
Yay!
Let's do it. I cannot wait.
What a celebration. Yay! So, there's it's a slim chance we'll land on anything tonight. However, it's definitely possible, so keep that in mind. And we've had some weird ones before. Again, 53 likes or if super chats come in for a certain amount. We've already had one, or a few super chats, but one that warrants Yeet Fest apparently is going to be happening later tonight. So keep that in mind. So, other than that, welcome back, Alex, who's feeling better. She apparently was a test sample for a super virus, and she pulled through. She's not allowed to say from NSA and FBI regulations, but apparently we're going to be fine.
We will be fine. From here on out, everything is okay.
Okay. By the way, do you have a tail now?
A tail? How did you hear? Who told you?
I saw it knocking things around in the background.
But I don't know how to control it yet.
It's okay. It's like a puppy tail.
I mean, it's like when you train any other muscle, you know? It's just you get used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just so excited to be back.
You gotta
go physical therapy.
You gotta learn how to train that thing with the little dumbbell and curl it up and down.
You do curls, yeah.
I would end up with a super floofy husky tail, or the exact opposite, or have a hamster tail or something.
Yeah.
I was thinking a monkey tail or something that you could wrap stuff around with or something.
And then you can hang from a monkey bar pole, you know?
Yeah.
Actually hang around. Yeah. Handy. Anyway, thank you. That's the rock news for this week, everybody.
See you next week.
Yeah, right. Thank you all so much in the chat for hanging out. It's good to see all of you. Hopefully you all are doing fantastic. You know who's not doing fantastic? Literally every sports fan in Chicago. Literally every single one of them. And I'm going to be honest, Chicago's not even my city. I feel bad for them. For those who are not aware, Disturbed's arena show was doing pretty good. You know, there were no issues like in 2023 where they were setting fire alarms off in amphitheaters for too much pyro. We thought they'd learned their lesson and all was well. Oops. Turns out at United Center, I've been there before. That's where the Chicago Bulls and Blackhawks played, the NHL and NBA teams. These are two championship teams that Chicago loves, especially the Bulls. And guess what? Chicago's Disturbed's pyro and set might have had a bit of a spark catch up in the rafters and set the 6 NBA championship banners from the 90s, which were the Michael Jordan ones, the pinnacle NBA run, damaged them so bad that they are beyond repair and they will not be able to be replaced this year and will have to be do it next year.
I mean, that's the type of thing that makes you get tarred and feathered like you're in the 1700s.
I can't stress enough that I was trying to think of an example, an analogy of something like this happening before. I can't think of one.
That's in a movie.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Like a crappy sitcom. Oops, Billy accidentally set the banners on fire.
Yeah, when the dad just messes everything up and the whole world hates him.
So you'll have to look on the screen on the link, Alex and Rowan, to see some of the set before we start reading quotes and everything. This was a picture I'm going to show on screen right now of the Chicago stage. When I shot the 2023 tour, it was pyro insanity. This entire back wall of pyro, long columns and rows of it, all night. I don't mean just for select songs or the opening. They were blasting pyro even through the quiet parts in between songs. It was a lot, but it was outdoors. Also, that was the same one where they kept setting off fire alarms in different amphitheaters, like in Arizona. They did one in Texas. All those other things in the middle of summer, and they were setting off fire alarms because it was too hot outside and triggering all that. Well, they had their arena tour. They recalculated and graphed up their new stage. Apparently, United Center, that set was a little too tall. if you guys are looking, I can throw a photo if I need to you. Can you see it on screen, like on the stream? On the stream link? It's worth looking at.
Yeah, I got like the photo of like all the fire behind them. Yeah.
So I want to bring this up. I didn't get it from Gretchen yet. I might ask her for it, like link it on the podcast feed tomorrow. That pyro pentacles, how tall they are, they go up to the second bowl of the United Center. That's how tall that stack is.
Dang.
That's insane. And we also had family friends, Gretchen and I, that went to the show a couple days later at Capital One, which is in Washington, D.C., also an NBA, NHL arena. The pyro was nonstop for that show, even after the Chicago incident where they burned down the banners.
I gotta ask, don't they run this with the venues? Don't the venues like check just to make sure that this isn't too much? They didn't do a test run or anything like that, and no one was like, "Oh wait, we're indoors. This looks like a bad idea."
Fantastic question. 1000% they do, and they sign off on everything. And also, United Center has had, I'm not kidding when I say thousands of concerts. That's where I saw Rage Against the Machine return in 2022. Okay? They've had every type of concert there. And it's just insane that it's Disturbed, a Chicago band, that actually destroyed their own banners. And they just went on with it.
They went to Capital One, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to add. Our family friend said they were doing the blasting pyro during even the quiet parts of the Sound of Silence cover, which is the piano and David singing. That's it.
They'd be scared, right?
I
They
would.
wouldn't want to repeat.
I would, but
yeah, it's like maybe let's do an acoustic set tonight.
I mean, I feel like it's probably better for Disturbed that they did this being from Chicago. You know what I mean? Like it's better than somebody else doing it.
maybe.
No, I would say it's worse if it's like
know.
a native, because
I
now
get
you
it.
have that shame from your hometown.
See,
I know, but it's like, where else are you gonna go?
yeah. I'm torn between the two camps on that. I don't know. Because Disturbed has gotten flack over the last couple years for some of their behavior and comments. And also, they're not the ooh-ah-ah band anymore. They've definitely changed directions. Yes, I know I'm using the technical terms and subgenres properly. But at the same time, that is such a sacrilegious, brutal loss. And it's not just, what's a good example? The Miami Heat. They won the championship a couple times when LeBron was playing for them in the early 2010s. At least twice. Okay? If they went to Miami and burned those two down, it's not as like a big monumental sports thing. And also, they're not from Chicago. But this was the hometown show at the arena where they grew up watching, and this happened. So I don't know if it's good or bad. And plus, Disturbed was still much more respected and received in Chicago. Maybe not anymore, at least not at United Center. So it's brutal. So two things. One, even the sports fans, because Bulls season is still going on, Blackhawks season is still going on, people were commenting they didn't know, where are the Bulls banners? Oof, right? And the statement from United Center is currently working with the Bulls to explore options to repair these banners. While the banners will not be in place for the remainder of the season, that sucks. We do anticipate them being back in place next season.
And I mean, of course it was the Chicago Bulls. Like, everybody, even if you're not a sports fan, you know Michael Jordan, you know the Bulls, and you know, like, that is a huge, huge deal.
Like,
to my point, it's worse when it's a native.
I don't know. I'm in between both camps on that. I'm just thinking, when you think NBA history, even the most non-sports ball people know Michael Jordan and the Bulls in the 90s. We've
all seen
rough.
Space Jam.
Yeah, right? Yeah. This was the Space Jam run, too. This was it. You know?
I even know that, and I don't know anything about sports.
And Disturbed were the Monstars, and Disturbed burned everything down in retaliation.
Damn it, but could you imagine if somebody else, some big band
I agree.
from, I don't know, Texas, did that, they would never be allowed back.
Okay, let's
yeah, but at least that's not their hometown, you know? It's like, if I did something terrible in Cincinnati and I'm never allowed back there, it's like, okay, so I can't go back to Cincinnati. Is that going to affect me too much?
We love all our viewers from Cincinnati. Thank you for tuning in to the podcast The Rock, by the way.
I mean what I say. I regret nothing.
So it just hit me. Okay. Disturbed still has a massive fan base. No matter how you feel about them, it's big, okay? Let's go to someone that was, like, for an example, let's go to someone that's a lot less popular right now than they used to be in the music world. Kid Rock. And he's already been unclaimed from Detroit for years. He moved away years ago because they were fed up with him, and they made it very clear. If he finally did a tour at Joe Louis Arena where the Pistons and Red Wings play and burned down some of the big Red Wings championships, they wouldn't let him out of there. They would not let him out of the city. Not a chance. Chasing
It need to be a
after him.
literal witch hunt.
Ugh. So, as you can imagine, on every single rock and metal and alt music feed on Instagram and TikTok, the comments have been gold.
Of course.
It's exactly what you think they would be. Disturbed is getting properly roasted. Roasted because it's a fire, get it? Sorry.
Taking a page out of Alex's book right there.
I know. She was gone last week. We have to catch up. So of all the bands, also this is the tour with 3 Days Grace and Seven Dust. Poor Seven. I actually feel bad for Seven Dust, like being backstage, like, oops, you know.
I mean, at least they didn't do it.
They
That
did
would have
not.
been horrible.
People
Yeah.
probably would have been to Seven Dust, like, it's okay, guys. We know it was an accident. They'd be nicer to Seven Dust about it for sure.
They were like, yeah, don't worry, guys, you're good.
Absolutely. If it was an accident from a band like that, be like, okay, guys, you're the ones we'll give a pass to.
That is fair. They'd be
Just
like,
you.
it's Seven Dust. It was obviously an accident. It's okay. You guys want
Come
to come
on.
back tomorrow?
You want to come back tomorrow? Just give us a group hug. We'll be fine. We'll get back tomorrow.
Oh, don't worry, buddy. We'll get it replaced.
Come on, guys. Come on.
It's like when you talk to a kid.
Okay. Yeah, kinda. But okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. What is everyone blaming? Because Disturbed are responsible for helping to set up their own stage and approving all that. David Joy was not responsible for pushing the pyro button each song while live. Let's get that clear. So is
Yeah, but they
Disturbed
sorry.
Disturbed responsible for their stage design and how they want it to look and their obsession with pyro? Yes. Is it their fault for too much pyro on the top spear and a spark going randomly like onto the banner and catching fire? Not really their fault. Showrunners, stage hands, stage techs, and then also way too much pyro. Just a little less, and maybe not all the time. Is that too ridiculous to ask?
I mean, I feel like if you're inside, bring
Yes.
down just the top like 10 feet or something.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like, of course, when you're outdoors, like in a field, you have more room, literally.
Amphitheaters,
But
yes.
yeah,
And that's the thing. My thing was also that much fire inside the arena, which is a closed environment with pumping out HVAC stuff. Is that going to be the easiest to breathe in with that much going that long? I don't know. I could be wrong because it could be like that, not real fire. It could be like that chemical fire, the stagehand stuff. But it's enough to burn real stuff. So what do I know?
again, no, I do think again the venue has like some blame. Not every.
Sure.
I think both parties have to blame
Yes,
because like
that's fair.
they signed off on it. They weren't like, hey, you know what? You're in an enclosed space. The fire is like almost like touching the ceiling. Maybe dial it back just a little bit.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
When it's reaching the rafters, yeah, you probably should step it back a touch.
Yeah, it's like, and also we talked about this with like Avenged Sevenfold, like when they were complaining about their shows costing a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's if for established bands like Disturbed and Avenged Sevenfold, I feel like if you have to cut back just like some of the spectacle, just for the sake of costs or whatever else, or just practicalities, I feel like the fans would understand and would still just be happy to see you.
Yeah.
You don't have to go all the way.
Especially an arena show, a big tour for the 25th anniversary. This is what this tour is for Down with the Sickness. I'm looking at the stage photo right now that's back on stage. Each of those square sections are taller than each band member. So these square sections are more than 6 feet. They go up at least 5 high at the top at one. So 30 feet on top of an already raised stage, and the whole thing catches on fire all the time.
That's what I'm saying. You could have lost like at least one row of cubes and
Yeah.
still been fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And no one would have known. No one would have cared. It still would have looked fine.
No.
Everyone would have got the premise of your fire obsession just the same.
Imagine that there's like that one psycho who is like, oh my god, they used 20% less fire. This was a terrible show.
That actually probably would be about right. That actually
Yeah,
does
and
sound
those
like a
guys can
complaint.
pound sand.
Yeah. Maybe they did that. I haven't seen the clip I didn't count the fire cubes. Boy, is that a sentence. That really is what it is, too.
You know, there's some psycho out there who does that.
There's actually
Someone's favorite part of
There's
every
actually
show.
36 square foot of fire chance in each cube. You don't realize how much you're taking off by taking off the top row, like mathematically trying to calculate it out. But I
My
look at this and I just think, what would you have not accomplished with one less row of fire? Also, by not having endless fire the entire set.
This is like some OCD level stuff where it's like, it has to be this.
If you on the 2023 tour, I can't argue that because it was that much fire also. It was a different design, but it was still a massive amount. So, the Disturbed barbecue has been canceled for the rest of the year. We'll see you next year, maybe. Anyone have any other fire jokes they want to make? Anything?
I mean, like, I'm never inviting them to, like, if I ever do get invited to a barbecue with Disturbed, I'm not trusting them with the grill.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You know that guy would just use way too much,
He dunks the
way too
steak
much oil.
in a bucket of gasoline before he sets it on the grill.
Yeah, no, or he's just, like, leaves the gas valve open, so, like, when you turn it on, just, like, a wall of fire just blasts out the oven.
And
or not the
starts-
oven, the grill.
And breathes it in while he's cooking, just because.
Just burns your eyebrows off, yeah.
Alex, you're the one that doesn't like cold. Is this warm enough for a Disturbed show?
I mean, we could have had at least 10 more cubes on top of this, to be honest.
10 more on top. So an extra 60 feet of fire. Yeah, they'd have to do stadium shows, like football stadiums at that point. Yeah.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Just lose a cube, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's 36%, 36 square feet less fire. You don't know how to rock.
I wonder how Michael Jordan feels about all of this.
Ooh,
Oh, you know he's gotta be pissed.
He's not exactly the happiest guy in some interviews. If you catch him on a bad day, you know he's upset. And rightfully so. That is beyond NBA history. That's Chicago. That's a big part of pop culture phenomenon. So, yeah. Oh, Disturbed. Pride of Chicago. Moving on. We're going to move on to some good stuff, then some bad stuff, then some weird stuff, then some good stuff. It's an all-around podcast night, which is nice sometimes. The good news, Sleep Token really is dominating with their new song. Not even a little.
Loved it.
Not even a little either. YouTube alone got over 2 million views in less than a week. Streaming numbers were insane on Spotify, Apple, and Google. There were some reports, including from Forbes, saying that on one recount, I think iTunes and Apple, depending on what part of the country and world you should say, Sleep Token outdid the new Chapel Roan and new Selena Gomez songs that also debuted. That's insane.
Yeah, we're winning, chat.
Yeah. So we will obviously be covering all the Sleep Token stuff, but Even In Arcadia is coming out. Emergence is out right now. Most reactions have been like trying to dissect it, and that's what I love the most. It's music that you can't just get a format and just accept what it is. Everyone's trying to understand it and breathe with it, you know? It's been a while since we've had a band like that and catch that much attention.
So the saxophone at the end is just like such a unique surprise. It's been a long time since I've seen a saxophone used in metal. Like the last time I think was like when I saw Ghost and like it's not Papa, but what was the name of the character who's dressed like an old cardinal?
The grandpa. Gretchen might know. She might remember, yeah. But
you know that guy. But that guy that like comes out of a coffin with a saxophone solo, and that was awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I love it. Alex, we didn't get a chance to talk to you about Sleep Token last week when we were anticipating the news. Your thoughts on Emergence and Even In Arcadia and Sleep Token Obsession. There is a correct answer. Pressure's on what it's going to be.
Oh no, pressure, come on. I just think it's super rad that they are getting as much attention as they are, because we know it's few and far between that we have these bands that really touch, you know, like the general public and really grab that kind of attention, which is amazing to see. We all know that. We love that as, you know, metal and rock fans, because we don't get it very often. And I love the fact that Sleep Token are so genre fluid. I mean, that's what I like to call them, because that's really what they are. Like, they have these metal elements. They're, you know, ingesting themselves into all of these metal spaces, so we can totally, you know, say, oh yeah, that's a metal band, but it's also so much more, and I love that.
It's because there's so much more that, like, oh, sorry.
You go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to say, like, it's also just because there's so much more than just a metal band that I feel like a lot of people are now getting into metal through them, which is which is why I hate metal elites being like, oh yeah, Sleep Token sucks. It's like, if it's getting more people into metal, we should be happy about that.
This was their worst weekend of 2025 so far, by the way. The metal elitists, they had a rough one.
Oh yeah. Your tears will be delicious.
It drives me nuts because it's like, okay, you always moan and complain that, oh, metal, nobody likes metal, nobody understands, but then it's like, okay, these people are trying to get into it. They're, learning about it because of bands like Sleep Token. And
no, that's not the metal you should get into. Yeah.
You gotta listen to black metal. You gotta listen to Mayhem. Then you'll get it.
I hate it.
Yeah.
No, and you can listen to whatever you want. Come on over.
And also, most bands like to have this short of a long run, because this is not like a long 20-year band either. They have an arena tour announced in the U.S., leg 1. I say leg 1 because I am anticipating a leg 2. Absolutely.
Tickets go on sale this Thursday. My buddy and I were already set to go to the Barclay show in September. Cannot wait.
So I guarantee there's a leg 2. And for those of you, like they're saying, it's not coming near me, just hang on, because there's a lot of big areas in the U.S. that they did not touch, and that's why I'm saying I could see 2026 they actually have a leg 2 easily. So
totally.
Just hang tight. You're going to get more Sleep Token on the road. And as my lovely wife, who, by the way, did chime in on chat saying it's Papa Nihil, whatever it is, that's the saxophone player for Ghost. Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yes. By the way, I said it before and I'll say it again. If you still don't understand or can't really get vibe with Sleep Token, see them live. That will change everything. That's
like the feeling.
It's okay if you're not a fan of Sleep Token. Why do you got to be a jerk to people who are?
And they've been this weekend again. They had a rough weekend. The elitists. This was the worst thing that could have happened to them. All the terrible things with war and tariffs and financial trade wars throughout different countries. All these other people losing their jobs, sickness, all the other issues. No, Emergence can't be popular. No. So. And that's what it is.
Guy in the mask.
I'm over here sitting digging on the new Chapel Roan, Selena Gomez, and Sleep Token.
Yeah.
It was a happy time for me.
Right. And there's a lot of good things. This is not a bad thing. Also, this is like what Alex said. Genre fluid is the best way to even describe this song. It's fluid as well. It doesn't feel chunky and segmented. Like it's like section 1 and then section 2. It all blends into each other pretty well. So... By the way, it's my turn of the week to do Song of the Week. Yes, Emergence is the Song of the Week. I don't even know what else it would be. So
it's a shoe-in, basically. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Sleep Token doesn't need our endorsement, but, I feel like it's okay to say that. And I get that this song is not going to be everyone's favorite of Sleep Tokens. Fine. It's not going to be your style. That's fine, too. But to go on and say, they're not metal, they're making metal worse, which I've already seen on my own channel... Okay, then what do you think should be better? What band that is currently active could get this type of reception and this much positive praise? And it's just silence. Exactly. Like no one can say anything. Yeah.
And it's like, do you want everything to sound exactly the same? Because it's so boring. I love it when things get shaken up.
Yep.
Sorry, Sleep Token doesn't sound like Bathory to you. Like different bands, man. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sleep Token isn't generic metalcore band 47895 that's come out in the last 10 years. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for the super chats. We're saving them all for the very end. We'll get through every single one before we do Festival Rock or Flop. We're getting a couple rounds already. We're going to have Mario Fest. We're going to have Yeet Fest. Might have Paul Fest. And we're also definitely going to have just our regular round. So we got a few coming up already. Thank you guys so much for the financial support. It helps a ton while YouTube is being... not great with ad revenue. Is that a nice way to say it?
YouTube.
Yeah, watch them cut our ad revenue in half again just because I said that out loud. Oops. Whatever. Thank you to over 100 people in the chat right now. That's the most we've had in a while, by the way. Over 100 people listening to us make terrible jokes about Disturbed setting fire and metal elitists hating Sleep Token. It's the news. That's our podcast. All right.
Welcome, everybody.
I know.
Important stuff.
Yeah, the importance. Oh, boy, I don't know if we could segue into this next one now, saying it's the important stuff. Go. All right. I said this week is all over the place for good, positive, bad, weird, neutral. This next one's bad, and I'm not going to hold back because we've had to talk about this as rock and metal fans of any like subgenre of the past 20 years, you have had an opinion on Wes Scantlin going to jail again. No more.
Again.
I'm
Okay.
gonna make a drinking game out of him.
Oh no! You want to have to go to rehab yourself after doing that drinking game? Ugh.
I mean, like,
I
I can get an interview with him.
Go ahead. I wouldn't want to even listen to. I wouldn't even want to sit next to that at this point. And if you're wondering why I'm already being nasty to a situation with someone who clearly has problems, because now he's getting violent with other people. He now has felony charges of domestic violence with his girlfriend. I'm hoping ex-girlfriend, along with controlled substance, possession of controlled substance. It did not say the exact specific substance. I'm going to leave that away. This is going to be a little fun, awful game. Alex and Rowan, how many misdemeanor or felony charges does one Wes Scantlin have on his record? Alex? Rowan. Guess.
5.
How many?
5.
5? Rowan?
I'm gonna say 10.
Okay.
I feel like I see his mugshot more than just like a regular picture of him.
The winner is by far Rowan, but you're still combined, not even totaling his amount.
Oh, shoot.
Honestly, I was saying 5 to be like, okay, those are official. Those are like...
Alex, that was kind of you to say 5.
Well, I remember, I think it was like one of the very few first episodes we did where he got like in trouble again, and they they held him at gunpoint or something. Yeah,
they shot sandbags at him because he would not go down and have to detain him after he was trying to break into some house.
Yeah,
whether it's his own house or not.
Those pepper balls were.
Yes, he didn't learn hard enough apparently. So, 16 felonies and misdemeanors. That includes the infamous 2016 run where he got 3 DUIs in 3 different states in less than a week.
Holy cow.
This is the point when you have that many DUIs and then also domestic violence against anyone. That means you are a danger to others. And if it's after arrest 16, and I believe this was in California, I could be wrong about that. Yeah, it is in California. At what point do you just say, no, you're going away for a year? You clearly are a menace to society. I don't care how many people in bars in the Midwest still play She Hates Me when they're drunk.
Yeah. Also, by the way, like, I might be talking out my ass here, but I'm positive, like, some states are like, yeah, you keep coming back to, like, court, so we're just gonna, like, put you in jail just because. And
that's what many states do. I was not aware that apparently there are some states out there, because he's had a lot of different arrests in different states, that might be part of it as well. Because, like, the 3 DUIs thing was, like, in the Midwest. Some of these are in California. I don't know of all of them. I don't have time to go in the deep dive of Wes Scantlin arrest logs. I just know that he has the total amount in some of these. Here's another fun game. This is not the behavior of some wild, reckless 28-year-old who has success and doesn't think any rules apply to him. Wes Scantlin is 52 years old.
He's older than my mother. Wow.
I do.
I'm sorry. I cannot. And also what Rowan said. In August 2024, Scantlin was pepperballed by members of a SWAT team after refusing to exit his vehicle during a traffic stop.
See, we got to learn what pepper balls were.
Yeah, just stupid stuff. Earlier this month, he blames a messy charity performance in Florida as the result of being roofied by an ex-bandmate. That was also earlier this year, where I believe in Daytona. The performance was so bad that afterward, Wes Scantlin went on either Instagram Live or record himself saying, the reason it was so bad is because I suck. All sassy and passive-aggressive.
I feel like in terms of crash outs, nothing will ever beat when he, like, stopped a concert, like, halfway just to yell at a guy that he bought his house or something like that.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. Guys, I'm sorry. This will not be a situation now where, yeah, he has a lot of problems. He was trying to get clean for a long time. But when you start getting violent with your girlfriend and you're a menace to other people, you're not getting sympathy from me. Sorry.
Also, by the way, even if you are trying to get clean, if you're getting arrested like over a dozen times, I'm like, you know what? You really do need to like go to like a facility or prison just to have an eye kept on you or something like that. You just have like no trust whatsoever.
I'm hoping the California judge for this case goes, all right, this is number 16. Well, I better not hear from number 17. Okay, get out there, son. You go right ahead. So
They 100% like need to do something because he just keeps doing it and doing it and doing it. Like, you can't keep getting away with crap like this. And like you keep saying, Luke, he's putting hands on other people now. That is like a line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, it's not like he's just getting drunk at bars. Possession of controlled substance, that's another big thing right there. That means he's getting something from under the table, getting a dealer. He's going out of his way for some of this stuff, too.
Yeah.
So.
And then, again, police standoffs. They have to, like, shoot pepper bombs at him.
Because he won't get out of his car. Also, one of the other arrests, this was a misdemeanor. I do remember it was around the DUI time. He was arrested at one of the airports because he kept riding the luggage carousel drunk, like actually on his suitcase and going in and out of the back and forth area between that partition that sets like the luggage area for the public and where the workers are. He was like trying to go around and around like on that on a ride.
That's kind of funny, just like a visual, though.
That was a grown man in his 40s doing that.
I know, exactly. That's what makes it funny.
So... yeah, that's what happens. Again, is there anything else? Anything else you want to say about this before we can move on to something more interesting and worth our time?
I mean, like, I would try to think of like a puddle of mud like pun, but I do not know a single freaking song off the top of my head by them.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm happy about that.
Alex agrees with me. Good job. You're doing okay, pal. You're doing okay.
You're winning at life.
You really are.
Yeah.
You don't need that occupying your brain. Moving on to a story we covered last week. It was our main story last week. So, and Alex was not here, but she probably heard about the Tool Festival that was not exactly as all it cracked up to be, with Tool getting booed off stage because they played many of the same songs on the first night. Maynard got snarky. Fans were booing because it was the same set and they were promised 2 different sets. You know, things like that. We made jokes because there was people going online saying they're going to try to do a class action lawsuit and get some of their money back. Remember that? Rowan, do you remember that?
I do, and I think it's it's like a fool's errand.
There's an update. It's legit, and it has over 100 signatures now from the people at the festival.
Okay, I said this last week. I don't think you can sue a band because you didn't like the show.
Quotes, there was a palpable sense of betrayal in the air as the show began in the second night. Palpable sense of betrayal, eh? Well, here's the thing. Why this got so much ground so quickly from a lawyer? It's because a lawyer was one of the attendees at Tool in the Sand, and he's like, oh, not giving me what I want, are ya? Well, I know how to take care of this. And he got over 100 signatures, and it's looking like it's going to progress.
I just picture like a Saul Goodman-esque commercial where it's like, were you at Tool's Day in the Sand and you felt ripped off? Then contact me.
And he also said in the quote, none of the signees and the attendees will owe me anything unless we win. Just like a cheesy lawyer commercial. That's exactly what it is, too. So, lawyer Stas Rusek, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that or not, self-described Tool fan who has seen the band live more than 25 times, and again, these are the diehards that went to this festival, let's be honest, was among those disappointed with Tool's second show of the festival and put out a call for other attendees to file a class action lawsuit. Yep. And it's legit. They're really going to try to push forward with this. Go ahead.
Oh. I gotta ask, was there anything in the advertising where they said all original?
I believe they did in the advertising. They said two separate playlists.
Okay, maybe then you could have
unique
unique nights and unique.
Okay, yeah, then maybe you can have maybe say like it's somewhat fraudulent, but I genuinely don't know how far you could take it. I don't know. I can't think of any other instance where like the concert goers had sued the band.
Not to like something like this on this level where no one was hurt or
it's like not
anything like that. So
it's not like when like someone was like, oh, my kid hurt himself listening to this band, I'm going to sue the band. It's not like that. No, it's like we felt ripped off at the show.
Yes. And also someone in the chat said, I bet Maynard is laughing 100%. He is still giggling in bed every night before he goes to sleep.
We talked about this. He was laughing during the show.
He was being snarky. You know? So I said this before. I don't know if Tool of the Sand is going to happen again next year. Doesn't look like it after this reception. Number 2, just to punish us, Maynard's not going to have the new Tool album out for another 3 years minimum.
Ouch.
Love the music. I hate that he's like using it as like a hostage at this point.
Yeah. Now he has more bitterness to do that with, too. The last song on the new album's going to be Go Screw Yourself, Tool and the Sandgoers, and just be really, just really sinister and mean.
He just does like a sequel track to H with a P on Anima.
Yeah. And directs it at everyone at their own festival.
Yeah.
Oh, Maynard. Again.
I think it's crazy because on both sides, you've got the fans arguing that they were promised 2 unique sets. And then also, the argument on the band side, which obviously it's Maynard. He's like, ha. But
yes.
What does unique set mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, that's what the lawyers
that's
are
what a
totally
lawyer's
going to do.
say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because the playlist
That's like the thing.
order
I just don't think. Oh.
Sorry, the playlist order was different. They were many of the same songs, but in a different order. That can be argued
so
as
that's-
unique.
Yeah, again, I
If
think
it
the
was
hard part is
not-
that, like, oh my god, sorry.
You're good. Go ahead, Rowan.
I was gonna say that the hard part is that, like, I genuinely don't think there is like a legal precedent to this type of thing.
No, I don't know of a similar situation that's happened like this before, at least to this scale, for a big name band like this. Also, someone in the chat, what a tool. We'll bring it
Tool
up.
better be quiet and drive far away. Wrong band, man.
Oh, goodness. No.
I think that was on purpose.
What's the joke? How is it clever?
Tool better not go with arms wide open to this next year. Like, what? No. Moving on. Some good news now. For those who are not aware, former MTV rock aficionado, SiriusXM podcast, music video host, icon of rock information and news, Matt Pinfield had a massive stroke a couple weeks ago. All better, and he's promised to come back swinging after surviving. So this is just a quick little thing. Matt Pinfield, who everyone says is the nicest guy. The doc quote, friends were thinking they were coming to see me for the last time. The doctors never expected me to speak or walk again. He's going to be okay. And he credits it all to his daughter, who noticed something was wrong and helped him get there to the hospital and stuff like that. So you know what? Awesome to see that Matt Pinfield's getting a second chance, and he's going to be okay. I wanted to bring that up as something positive. If you grew up with MTV back in like the True Music days, which was like a little before my time, I even knew Matt Pinfield. I remember Matt Pinfield showed up and talking about rock and metal and being a part of MTV when MTV was a force. Even during the days like the Tom Green Show and Real World and TRL, he was still popping up all the time. So, I don't know if either of you two ever saw or met or were Matt Pinfield's, but you know what? Good for him.
My dad would
him
watch
from
him on
his
NTV.
radio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt Pinfield's
His radio stuff.
Yeah, he's
I'm
still
so
doing
glad that
radio
he-
stuff. Go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just saying I'm so glad that he's doing better because when all of this was going on, we all have like a lot of overlapping acquaintances in the music industry. So everybody was like, "Oh no, not Matt, not Matt, not Matt." So I'm really glad that he is pulling through.
Yeah. Good second chance. And also great that his daughter noticed, like, hey, let's get you to a hospital, Dad. You know?
Yeah.
So good. That's a good news thing. I just wanted to point that out. We'll expect more updates from him for his radio stuff. And I know he does stuff with satellite. He was a host on Lithium on Sirius for a long time. I think he still might be. So, move on to one final story before we get to our weekly news updates, like just our basics up for albums and tours. Apparently, Rob Zombie is a child's author now. We're going to go through this briefly. And apparently, parents are not having it. Rob Zombie made a fake Little Golden books, kind of like the little Disney and Winnie the Pooh Little Golden books in that theme. And apparently, it's not really meant for kids. It's meant as a joke. Z is for Zombie, learning to spell with House of Thousand Corpses friends. Available on Amazon for $34.47 on sale, everybody.
You just see like a cartoonist Dr. Spaulding.
Z is for Zombie. It's coming out this year. And I must say, it's not aimed for children. It's meant as a joke. But yeah, a lot of people are getting pretty upset. And there's a little bit of backlash. Quote, outrage over violent children's book featuring sadistic serial killers teaching toddlers how to spell.
I mean,
Now,
like, they're not selling it at, like, a children's
not.
section of a bookstore, right?
Did you guys have the Scholastic Book Fair at your schools when you were growing up?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. They didn't have that there. They didn't have anything like that there. If they had that front and center for the kindergartners, then you get upset.
If this was something a child could possibly get their hands on, yes, I could see the issue. But I mean, like, anyone who's coming across this book is probably a Rob Zombie fan, and they probably have to know that this is a joke. That's not meant for kids at the very least. Like,
I mean, I guess common sense is lacking a lot, because...
Why use common sense when you could get mad online?
I know! Please don't buy this for your children.
One look at the cover, and you already know this is not for kids. It's a dumb parody book. It's just for a laugh. It's not meant to be taken serious.
And it's not in a spot where a kid can accidentally come across it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Again, it's not front and center at the Scholastic Book Fair for the kindergartners, next to Captain Underpants. So, people are people. We've all learned something this week. Don't play with fire. Don't go to jail. Don't be a troll and metal elitist. And make sure to check up on your health so you don't have to go to the hospital. There, that's all our stories. Oh, and don't sue anyone because you didn't get what you wanted at a festival. There.
Don't buy your kids Rob Zombie books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So,
please.
As we now move on, thank you guys. The super chats are still coming in. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We now get into our weekly sections of upcoming tours and albums. Quite a few Go tours got announced just today, which means Alex has had roughly 15 hours of work to cram into this next little segment of all the tours that got announced. Welcome back, Alex.
Well, thank you so much.
You're
I'm
welcome.
so happy to be back. I've got a few awesome tours that were announced this past week.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Go
Clutch
for it.
added some more North American tour dates. I love
Yes.
Clutch. They're super fun to see live. So,
They
new
are.
dates on that one. July and August. If they weren't on your previous, area, definitely check out and see if they're coming to your area now. We've got Baby Metal just announced their North American tour with Black Veil Brides, Ginger, and Bloodywood. That's going to be such a good show.
That's a fun tour. Absolutely.
Avenged Sevenfold announced a Latin American headlining tour. That one's going to be super rad.
Good for them, too, for Latin America getting something big like that still. Good.
Oh, totally. That's going to be super, super rare, too. So that's going to be really exciting.
To my knowledge, Ghost is the only band that actually makes sure to go down to Mexico at least once a year and try to do something. So it's good that Latin America, especially like farther south, is getting the good stuff, too. So good for
Yeah,
them.
that's going to be super fun. Don't miss it if you are in the area. Live and Collective Soul just announced their first U.S. tour together since 1994.
You hear that, 90s kids? Get your Converse and your Bengay because you're going to rock out. So make sure you don't have to be too sore the next morning also.
Make sure you, put your knee braces on before you get into the pit, too.
They try to put on their old pair of, like, skinny jeans from the 90s.
They fit.
Like-
They fit, Janice. I promise.
I just gotta break them in a little bit.
Where's my super suit? That's how I feel.
No, those rips were there before, Janet!
We've got Jimmy Eat World and Dropkick Murphys and Knocked Loose.
Yes.
Headlining Furnace Fest 2025. Yeah.
That's been going on for quite a while. People like Furnace Fest. It's a unique headlining lineup when you think about it. Jimmy Eat World, Knocked Loose, and Dropkick Murphys. But everyone says Furnace Fest is a blast. So you know what? Good for them.
There's another cool one. So Camp Pennsylvania just announced another headliner and some more bands for their 2025 lineup. I love a lot of bands on this lineup. This is going to be such a fun one. So Scowl, I know you're a fan, Link. They're on this lineup. That's going to be super rad. Thick, I'm a huge fan of Thick. I think they're fantastic. So Dillinger 4, Scowl, Thick, Working Class Stiffs have been added to this, like 50-plus artist lineup. So
That's a lot
Camp
of bands,
Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's a hefty one.
Yes.
Okay, Sleep Token, we announced that tour. We talked about that a little bit, U.S. Arena Tour, and their new album's coming out. Deftones just announced a second North American tour. We've got Minus the Bear. They are celebrating the 20th anniversary of Menos El Oso. And, the Unity Tour. This one was announced earlier today. We've got 311 hitting the road with Bad Flower and Sitting on Saturn.
That is a California West Coast concert if I've ever heard one.
It's going to be really fun. They're celebrating 30 years of the Blue Album, so it'll be rad.
Very fun. Lot of big stuff. I'm sure there's like for everyone saying you forgot this tour and that tour. She just listed off like 15. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like I can't list all of them. There's a ton.
Like the press releases we all get every day. I assure you, we'll never get them all. And that includes upcoming albums. We'll never get them all. Speaking of upcoming albums, Rowan, what albums are coming out this March 21st?
We got a couple going here. So first of all, we got Gothard with Stereo Crush.
Okay.
And then we got Cradle of Filth with the Screaming of the Valkyries.
Ooh,
awesome title.
Speaking of the black metal elitists, this is their good weekend apparently, maybe.
You know, it's like, oh, get that Slim Token out of there. Give me Cradle of Filth.
Yes. Some of them are like that, yes.
You know, I know. And then finally, we have Bloodywood with New Delhi. I know we have at least one fan in the chat, Ellie Yeet. I saw your chat, by the way. They piped up as soon as Alex mentioned their tour with New Delhi. I am so excited. Everyone,
it's good stuff.
Like, if you don't know Bloodywood, it's like they mix metal with, like, traditional Indian music. It's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's a lot of fun stuff. Creative band. That's what would be more to creativity. I like that. Why is that such a hot topic? Being a little creative and doing something just a touch different. Just a little.
You know, Bloodywood to me is like to India what Sepultura is to Brazil. You know, they get like that bit of like their culture's music into like their metal music, and it's just awesome.
There you go. I'm sure that's a nice comparison to do it to, like with Sepultura in Brazil. Bloody was like, yeah, we want to be the Indian Sepultura. They'd probably love that. So, a lot of cool stuff coming. Like I said before, this week's song of the week is absolutely going to be Emergence from Sleep Token, coming up off Even in Arcadia. That'll be linked on the podcast stream if you haven't checked it out. But chances are you probably already did if you're listening to this podcast, as it has over 4 bajillion streams as of this past Friday, something like that.
Billion.
I'm pretty sure it's close. I'm not a mathematician, but it's at least 3 bajillion, if not 4. So, that being said, we have quite a few super chats to go through that we're going to go through right now. Thank you so much to everyone that's donated and helped us out with those as well. First up, I gotta change my camera. From Paul, any other Limp Bizkit albums worth regretting? I mean, probably. Limp Bizkit is not going to have a flawless discography, especially coming from me. But, you know, not everyone's going to love everything. Also from Paul, is it still cool to drink Monster Energy after the latest Regretting the Past episode? So, Alex and Rowan, correct me if I'm wrong, was drinking Monster Energy ever a sign of being cool?
I mean, have you seen like all the memes about White Monster, especially like in the gym subculture? It's rampant.
That makes me feel it's less cool, actually.
I don't know. They were just like the big sponsors of all of the festivals back in the days. So it was like,
yeah.
Some of my friends religiously drink Monster.
That's fine. I'm just saying, I never thought of it like a status level. That's right. I'm drinking the new pink Monster. I'm the way above you, classless little green Monster Energy drink.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh, this is the guava flavor.
Yeah,
Monster
exactly. I'm sure there are Monster. Oh, you drink that orange Monster filth. You need to get the purple Monster to make sure you're actually taking care of your body.
You're just drinking a regular Monster. Basic.
Yeah, exactly. From Ellie Yeats. When you made the song Inside the Fire, David, we didn't mean for you to take that literally. With Disturbed, they have a song called Inside the Fire.
Yeah. No longer living.
From Paul, good albums, bad cover, bad album, good cover. I don't understand that super chat, but thank you. Paul from Opinions on My 10 Great Albums list. Yes, really, I've seen some of them. They're fine. They work.
Where's that at?
He's posted them on different podcast videos and things like different list videos. So if you do want to check those out, go on the YouTube podcast links. They'll be in the comments. Opinions on Nine Inch Nails' Broken Snuff film. I did not see it, though Broken the EP is great. Imagine David impersonating his album covers. Again, I don't know where that's going. And finally, why does Blake like Creed more than Disturbed? Anyone?
Who's Blake?
Okay, I don't get it either. Thank you, Paul. From Mario Pointer, be thankful that Rammstein and Disturbed aren't on the same tour. Yeah, Chicago already had a huge, massive fire, like in the early 1900s, late 1800s, that almost burned down the city. They don't need that. Yeah, yikes. From Shadows. Hoping for leg 2 of Sleep Token to take my girlfriend to see them for the first time. Also, it shadows Willem like Willem Dafoe for Shadowfest. Oh, okay, thank you for the pronunciation correction. I appreciate that. Guys, bang on a leg 2 for Sleep Token. Absolutely. They didn't cover a lot of... And go see if you can this tour. I'm just saying there will be a leg 2. They didn't cover a lot of the Midwest, the DMV area, which is like DC and Baltimore and Richmond and all that. They didn't cover that. They didn't go like around a lot of areas. So there'll be a leg 2, absolutely. From Heavy Metal Joker, The Warning announced a St. Louis show. Unfortunately, it's the same day as Baby Metal St. Louis show. I saw that. That sucks. You got to choose. Ouch. So The Warning is in one venue and Baby Metal and Ginger in another venue on the same night in St. Louis.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
That sucks. And that's what you get for living in a city that's not New York where they don't do that and book it over. From Sakin, who is buying their kids a Rob Zombie book? I say as I got into Rob Zombie as a kid back in the day. Ooh, that is a good argument. But you weren't a toddler.
The difference between being a kid listening to Dracula and then watching A House of a Thousand Corpses or The Devil's Rejects.
Were you 13 or were you 3? There's a huge difference.
If you're learning to read using a Rob Zombie, like, that's,
yeah, come on.
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
It is a funny kid. It was a good super chat, though. I did like it. What if Powermind 5000 does a children's book? Rob Zombie's younger brother, Spider-1. I could do a book, too? Okay. And
I'd be stoked. It'd probably be very alien-y.
Also, by the way, he's actually a really smart, intelligent man, Spider-1. Finally, big plus, Powerman 5000 announced their tour a couple weeks ago, and they weren't aware that they were told from management and like everything else. Apparently, somebody else tried to put Trapped on that tour, and apparently they said, Powerman said, no, you won't. So they re-announced the tour with Trapped gone.
Good man.
Yeah, right? So there you go. So, and finally from Paul, I meant there is good albums with bad covers, like bad cover songs or bad cover, I don't know. That makes more sense.
Good albums with bad cover art, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm sure there's tons of that. There's so many. Like a friend of mine, everyone, like most people listening know Crash Thompson. He's done videos like bad album covers, just looking at bad album covers and how terrible they are, videos on YouTube. They go nuts. Like, how is this even an idea? That level.
There was like that one Iron Maiden album cover, which was like they tried to use like 3D like models, but this is like in the early 2000s when it was like super primitive and it looks horrible.
Like PlayStation 1 graphics, yeah. And I'm a PlayStation
like Dance
guy.
with the Death, I think it's called.
So, alrighty. We have quite a few festivals to book, 4 bands a night. 88 people watching. I updated the folder. I don't know if we'll get any new ones, but it's worth finding out. Alex and Rowan, are you ready to book some festivals?
Let's do it.
Okay. I don't know if I am or not. Every week when we hit a like goal, we book a random festival. Then for everyone that donates at least $10 or more in Super Chats, you get your own random festival. We're going to start our first festival. What are we going to call it? What's our festival this week?
In the sand?
Superfest.
What was it, Alex?
I just said Superfest. I don't know.
Superfest.
I'm still recovering. I'm sick.
While this fills out, gotta think of a good name.
Emergence Fest? I don't know.
Oh, there you go. See, that's at least something. You know what? Fine. Emergence Fest. As we get rid of the image, just make sure you all can see. Make sure everyone knows I'm not cheating. Band number 1 for Emergence Fest, Seven Dust. We were just talking about them. Well, that's fun. Way to go. There's LaJaude Witherspoon smiling and singing. That's nice. Band number 2. Danny Elfman, star of Sick New World last year. You better believe that's a spectacle. Already sounded good. Number 3. I'm pretty sure our folder's listening. Band number 3 of Emergence Fest is Sleep Token.
You can hear us.
Apparently. I thought my computer was pretty well configured and nailed down from AI listening and stuff like that. I guess not.
Called it.
Sleep Token for Emergence Fest, perfectly in sync. And band number 4, Alice in Chains.
This is an awesome fest. I'm going.
Emergence Fest sounds pretty great, guys. I don't know. I think we should actually try to see if someone's going to book this for real.
Yes.
I think we're all on board. Alex, Rowan, obviously. Okay. Yeah. I would have concerns if you weren't on board with something like this.
I'm gonna have concerns if anyone in the chat's not on board.
Chat in all caps, yes or no? YES or NO, would you go to Emergence Fest? Sleep Token, Alice in Chains, Danny Elfman, Seven Dust. Oh, someone said take my money already. Sure, give us. It is. Give us your money. We'll make sure to take care of this. Absolutely.
We'll tell everybody about it.
Sleep Token, glad. Hey, if Firefest 2 could get advertised, we can advertise Emergence Fest. What's the backside of it?
Take me back to Emergence Fest.
Oh no.
I always deserve that.
You are not the opening act for Emergence Fest. No.
Never said I could sing.
Perfect. Absolutely, yes. Hey, you know what? Emergence Fest is going to be the big level. So you know what? Okay. All right. Festival number 2, Paul Fest. Thank you so much for all the super chats, Paul. Here we go. Number 1. 3 Days Grace. We are going up that Disturbed tour, band by band. Okay. 3 Days Grace for Paul Fest. Number 2. Alter Bridge. Fun stuff. Number 3. The Offspring.
Okay.
Interesting choices. This sounds like a DWP festival, by the way. Like, really big. And number 4, The Decemberists. That's awesome. I don't know who's headlining. I just love that the Decemberists are thrown in with The Offspring, 3 Days Grace, and Alter Bridge. That is fantastic. Gonna get some folk rock from Oregon on. Would you go?
I mean, it's gonna be fun.
It is gonna be fun, and the Decemberists are great live. So, you know what? I'm going.
I like 3 Days Grace too much. I'm gonna go.
Okay. Alex?
I'll go. Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
I can't see why I wouldn't. You know, these are all individually good bands. It's an odd pairing, but I'm still gonna go. You know? Why wouldn't I? Indie folk, yay! Oh, we have one indie folk band here. That's good. Someone said perfect with a cat emoji. Oh, well done.
Why do you say it like a question?
Perfect. Lots of yeses. Lots of yes. The perfect lineup. Okay, a lot of yeses. Yeah. You know what? 2 for 2. Also, someone said, "What are they doing here?" Also, I'm going. Up next is Yeet Fest. Thank you so much, Ellie Yeet, for the super chat. Here we go. Number 1 for Yeet Fest, Pennywise. Going to more old school punk for that. Very nice. Number 2, Malevolence. British metalcore. They're a good band. They were on tour. Oh, who were they on tour with? It was Rob Zombie and Mudvayne back in 2022, I believe. The return. Number 3, Dragon Force. Interesting metal choices. And number 4, Goo Goo Dolls. Wow. That is somehow adorable. I don't know why I love the pairing of Dragon Force and Goo Goo Dolls so much, but it's perfect somehow.
We need to get Herman Lee to do like a one of his style solos over Iris.
Yeah. Extend the song and they have to put it with the Wolverine and Deadpool soundtrack as well. Make like the long 3-minute solo in that.
Oh
I would go, but even I'm going, how did this get booked? Like, who was completely asleep at their job booking all this?
I mean, like, we covered some actually baffling, like,
we have.
like lineups. We know that this could very well happen.
Yes. Alex, would you go?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that's making me go, hell no, I wouldn't go.
There's
go.
Yeah, there's nothing that would turn me away.
Yeah.
I've shot all these bands. They all did a good job. So, Rowan, would you go?
Yeah, I'd go too.
Yeah.
Nothing's like a driving force. It's like, oh god, no, get it away from me.
Everyone's kind of agreeing with me. Interesting lineup, odd lineup, but everyone's saying yes. So you know what? Yeah, 3 for 3. All right. We go to Mario Fest, who, by the way, Mario had the joke about Rammstein and Disturbed on the same tour. Yeah, that'd be a problem. Number 1 for Mario Fest.
Disturbed.
Ginger.
All right.
Not bad. Good start. Number 2, Megadeth.
Ooh.
Mario Fest getting pretty loud. Number 3, Three Doors Down. Boy, did that turn. And number 4, The Cure.
Weird.
I'm going
mashup.
asterisk. We will go hang out in the parking lot during 3 Doors Down. Deal?
All right.
Okay.
I'll come in just for Kryptonite, and then I'll meet you guys back out there.
That's the song they just don't play for whatever reason.
Oh, for real? Okay,
No,
then fine. I'm not just
kidding.
gonna go.
Just that day, they're not playing it.
They would legally be obligated to play Kryptonite. I think.
Okay,
they
good,
would
because that's
know
the
that.
only one I know.
The Cure is
There would be
so,
like
so
10
good.
lawsuits
Yes.
if they did not play Kryptonite.
By all the angry people in Alabama who know that song still. Like they're the ones that have like the lyrics tattooed on their arm. You know.
Like 10 people in the audience would be like, I'm a lawyer and I'm suing them for not playing that song.
Also, The Cure is so good. So good live, even now. So, I'm going. It's weird, but I'm going. How about nah, yes, poor The Cure. Have 3 Doors Down go first, otherwise, yes. Spoopy music. I've seen 3 Doors live once and I enjoyed them, so I'll go. Okay, fair enough. I saw them once too and I did not like it. Yes, even with the weird mix, I think it edges out just barely. I know we're running over time. We're going to go a little quicker. I apologize. Shadows, Willem. Your Fest, Shadow Fest coming up. Number 1, The Interrupters. Fun band.
Ooh.
Really fun. Number 2, already had Megadeth. Number 2, Ice Nine Kills. Pretty
Right.
fun, Shadows Fest. Number 3, Trivium.
Yes.
Okay, pretty good stuff for Shadows Fest. And number 4, AFI. Gonna bust out the emos for that. I would go to this. This is fun.
Yeah.
I
Same.
would totally go. I love
Absolutely.
the Interrupters.
Yeah, Interrupters are a
I
blast.
love Trivium.
Trivium's always a great live. Good stuff here. A ska, punk, Cure, interesting lineup, spoopy metalcore, Ice Nine Kills. Yeah, this is a good show. Come on, guys. I'm already seeing the yeses come in. I'm just gonna pull this now. Guys, come on. Heavy Metal Joker. Thank you. Joker Fest. Here we go. Band number 1 for Joker Fest while you decide whether the Warning or Ginger is what you want to see for your concert in St. Louis. Number 1, Joker Fest. Pentagram. Well, we have someone that just made a video all about Pentagram. Joker Fest. I would invite you to watch Rowan's video, which I'll link to, or if you have the link you want to put it in chat. All about who Pentagram is and what is going on your screen right now. Right now. Yeah. It's whatever you think the story behind Pentagram is, you're wrong. So,
There we go. There's the link for all of you guys.
there you go. Number 2 for Joker Fest. I Prevail. Wow, it's already weird, but okay. Number 3, I Prevail does not belong next to Pentagram. That's what I mean by weird. Number 3, Seether.
Yes.
And number 4, Palais Royale, straight out of Canada. Fashion rock.
I love 3 of these bands, so yeah, I'm going.
Alex?
I would go. I think Palais Royale's from Vegas.
I thought they were Canadian.
I think they're from Vegas. I mean, I'm gonna go. I like Palais Royale.
Yeah, we can
wanna
figure out where they're from later. I don't care. That whatever.
Yeah, totally. I like them. They're super fun. I think this would be a fun show. It's super weird.
It's super
I like
weird.
Palais Royale.
Also, what tips me over the edge, I'm 50-50, what tips me over the edge, I do want to see the spectacle of what the heck Pentagram is in person.
That's what I was gonna say too.
Yeah,
like all
yeah.
of the stuff we've seen about
So-
this and education we've gotten from Rowan, I kind of want to see what it's about.
So just to give you an idea, it's like doom metal, but like a lot of their older songs, or at least like, so just to give some context, chat. So like the Misfits, they re-release a bunch of their demos and old songs from the 70s, and I listened to mostly that. And it's a lot more like that kind of like, you know, that classic hard rock heavy metal sound. Think like maybe like a slightly heavier Deep Purple on some songs, or like a rougher Black Sabbath.
Okay.
That's probably not the most accurate thing, but like that's kind of like the gist I got based on whatever song I was listening to.
Also, fun fact, apparently their singer was transported from the 70s, and he still acts like that today. He's a unique individual. That's a good way to say it.
Very unique individual, yeah.
And
I feel like we have to see it.
Yes, I do want to see it in person. It's like Corey Feldman. You have to see the spectacle in person to understand it, you know?
Yeah.
And our final one, I know we're going overtime. We started a couple minutes late, but still, we want to make sure everyone gets this in. Sackenfest. Wait, is that it? Sackerfest, excuse me. Sakerr1. Sackerfest, I'm just going to call it that. Here you go. Thank you for the super chat. Band number 1 for Sackerfest. Electric Callboy. I'm already excited. My wife's going to want to go already. Number 2. Thrice. Post-hardcore emo out of the 2000s and 2010s. Number 3, Turnstile. Gonna get some energy out of that one. And number 4, Flogging Molly. We have had some random stuff, but again, this works. And I would also like to point out, we did not have any of the new ones come up that I put in the folder, and that's fine, because some of them were awful. So, I'm kind of glad. Yes, I'd go. All these bands are solid live. You know, so I'm seeing yeses. Someone call, Corey Feldman the GOAT. Yeah, well, he's not here. This one, yes. OMG, yes. If you have Electric Callboy, I automatically go. Thrice and Turnstile, yes. Yeah, come on. That was a lot of festivals to book, and they all worked out. Somehow, we pulled it off, everybody. So.
We had like 6 and all that stuff, and we still got like all of them good, right?
Yeah, they were all mostly yeses. Like festivals, like even some were closer than others, but some were like unanimous. So I count that as a big win. I'll try to add even more to the folder next week, which could be disastrous. But you know what? I was talking with Alex Rowan briefly in chat, like just offline chat, and yeah, we're gonna try to add some more Insta flops and qualifiers to make sure it's more interesting as well. So. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, talking about Chicago legacy being burned and everything else, and Sleep Token Praise. Alex, you have anything you would like to say before we start wrapping it up?
Nope, I think we're good.
Rowan, how about you?
Well, I just want to say, like, again, like, check out the Pentagram video. It's actually got more views than any of my previous videos, and like, you know, I know some of you guys in the chat have watched it, and thank you so much. It's been awesome. And also, if you wanna. Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say, leave comments on his video, too. Make sure he sees that people from the podcast are checking it out.
Yeah, and just, like, one more thing, too. If any of you guys want to, like, stick around or something like that, I'm going to be live on Twitch, like, literally right after this. So, here's the link to that, too, and, yeah.
Fair enough. New Regretting the Past video is out right now. If you haven't checked it out, it was posted yesterday. Please check that out. Leave a comment. Share it with a friend, or share it with someone you know who likes that album, just to laugh at them, whatever. Just one person's opinion, so don't take it too serious. We have a big live stream next week after the podcast Rock, the day after, for Rock Coliseum Madness, where we look at the best sophomore releases, 32 of the best albums that were second albums from bands in rock, metal, alternative, and put them into a big bracket, and we figure out who's the best. Last year was a disaster because I got outvoted almost every time. But hopefully this year will be better. Also, friendly reminder, starting in April, we'll be having the Podcast That Rocked on Wednesday nights. Just wanted to point that out also. We'll make sure you guys were aware. But yeah, Wednesday nights starting in April going forward. Thank you guys so much. Alex, you were gone for a week. You should have had plenty of time. How are you going to get us this week with your joke to close out the podcast?
Don't need the pressure, because I was sick. I had to work on healing, okay?
Work on healing.
Take it easy.
What kind of weird Hallmark movie did you just write with that last sentence?
Dude, you gave me a tail when we started this podcast, so I don't want to hear it from you.
Oh, yeah, I gave you a tail, but that's still way better than some of those Hallmark movies. I actually had a plot and a device and how it happened.
Okay, well, I don't have a tail, but
Okay.
did you guys hear about the Scarecrow who won the award?
The Scarecrow that won the award. I got nothing. Rowan?
Me neither. No.
Go for it.
He was outstanding in his field.
I get it. I did not see it coming. I could not anticipate it. Rowan, you got a smile out of it? Everyone in chat?
you got me. You got me, all right? I'm not gonna storm off again.
Yes, Alex
Back,
is
baby.
back, and she got a good joke out of it too. Someone just typed in the chat, so they knew it. Someone posted a bunch of banana emotes.
They ran out of tomatoes.
So you throw bananas? That's weird.
Potassium, it's good for us.
What's
We
worse?
need some.
How are bananas worse than tomatoes?
The peels, like the hard peels hitting you?
No. I didn't. Maybe they're like really old, like these
Brown
should
bananas.
be banana bread bananas.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross. That actually would
That would
be
be-
worse.
Yeah, that
They
would
just
be pretty bad.
explode.
You're actually getting,
It's like-
you're getting some praise. It works, lol. Honestly, not bad. Laughing emojis, LOL. Honestly, I think Alex got a good one with everybody.
Yeah.
It's good to be back, guys.
What?
One day we will get. One day Luke and I will get the punchline beforehand.
It's happened.
Oh, that's so fun.
It's happened very rarely, but it's so rare.
I
it
can't
doesn't matter
remember the
anymore.
last time.
I don't remember the last. I think I've done it once. I know I've done it once at least.
One guy's throwing watermelons.
What? Okay, Gallagher. Gonna start throwing
Just
the
like-
full watermelons and slapping someone's head.
We're gonna make a fruit salad today.
You're gonna be. Remember the game Fruit Ninja? That's gonna be you
Oh.
under your stand-up set. You're just like, yeah, it's outstanding in this field. Swipe, slash, swipe, swipe, slash.
It's like a barrage of fruit constantly. There's like one
Yeah.
bomb. It's like, nope.
That would be fun. Do you guys have a samurai sword I could borrow?
I know I could get one.
You want the truth?
Begin the show on the road.
Oh shoot, he's actually got one.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not a samurai sword, but it's a sword.
Oh, that is sick. What does it say right there?
Wedding gift. Love stronger than steel.
Yo,
Luke and
that's so cool.
It's not sharp at all. It was a gift, but it's real.
Can I slice some fruit with it?
I don't know if it's supposed to get food like that. Fun joke before we go. Oh, yeah. By the way, everyone listening on the podcast feed, Alex just did the pouty face as if that's going to matter on the podcast. So, you know,
You can't introduce a sword to us and just say like, no, you can't use it.
this is
Like,
one.
here, I have one, but you can't touch
This
it.
is a made gift from one Dom Noble. You can check out his YouTube channel.
Oh,
He made the sword. He's a sword maker as well. Also, fun facts, when I was gifted this sword during our wedding, Gretchen didn't know. We pulled it out, and our mutual friend Nash, who was also at the wedding, yelled in front of everyone, "Cut the cake with it!"
did you? You had to, right?
We were advised not to because it could have damaged the sword, Dom said. So we're
Ah.
like, okay. So this
That's
has
awesome.
been this has been Sword Discussion. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for our ridiculous podcast. We'll be back next week. Thank you all so much. Have a great night. Have a great week. For the love of God, watch the videos we post and make, and then tell your friends because YouTube ad revenue is terrible.
Please and thank you.